Hi, my name is Joe. I'm a Skills BC alumni and I competed in the 2019 World Skills Competition in Kazan, Russia in the graphic design category. I found about Skills BC from my electronics teacher in grade 11 of high school. And so he introduced me to Skills Canada and Skills BC as a means of competing in skilled trades and tech. At the time, I had no idea what graphic design was, and so for a week before the competition, I researched as much as I could, I learned as much as I could about graphic design, and then I got really into it. And that subsequently turned into 4 years of competing in Skills BC competitions, and now what I do for a living. My World Skills experience was probably one of the most stressful, but also the most gratifying experiences I've ever had. Through the competition at Russia, in a country where you're not familiar with, it's among the most stressful experiences because you're constantly trying to compete as best as you can. You're trying to make sure you're remembering everything. But at the same time, it's one of the most gratifying because you get to be among people that are exactly like you. They're extremely supportive. And now, after all the hardships that me and my other competitors endured, we are still in touch, and we are bonded by this experience of going to a foreign country together and competing together in something that we all love to do. As I was preparing for these competitions and training, I realized that I really enjoyed the process and I really loved everything that I was learning and immersing myself in. And so through that process, I realized that graphic design was what I wanted to be doing, and that's what I wanted to do with my career. And had it not been for Skills Canada and Skills BC, I don't know if I would have discovered what I want to be doing. This past April, I finished my 4-year degree in graphic design. I got a bachelor's of design in graphic design, and now I was lucky enough to get a job out of school at a design agency called Becoming Design Office. I work there full time now as a junior graphic designer. My day-to-day as a graphic designer generally involves working alongside my creative director. I work alongside them to talk about current and future projects, go through concepts or projects that I'm working on, and otherwise I'm working on my own. I'll work on concept work. This might involve mood boards, figuring out concepts for clients, all the way to documentation, which might involve getting things ready for print, getting things sent off to clients, and just getting everything ready to present. This is all to send things off to clients and get things ready for handoff. We're just making things to help client needs and client business needs, and that's my typical day in the life. My favorite project so far that I've gotten to work on was a beer label that I designed while getting ready for World Skills. At the time, I was a design intern at an agency in Victoria, and I got to be involved with every phase of the project, including the research and the concept development. And in the end, I got to see the label pop up in a lot of different liquor stores, and it turned out to be quite a big hit. And so for me at that time, I felt like it was a really big project at a really young age for me. The most important skills as a graphic designer would have to be problem solving, communication, and creativity and innovation. As a designer, you have to be creative just as much as you have to communicate with your clients and your team. Most importantly though, is that you have to problem solve. More than anything, what our job really is, aside from making pretty things and communicating things, is solving problems. Regardless of what the client thinks we need to talk about, or regardless of what our team thinks, we need to solve problems. And so that is what graphic design essentially is solving problems in a creative and communicative way. My biggest piece of advice for people interested in graphic design would actually be reaching out to people in graphic design. I got to where I am because of people who I reached out to and were able to talk about this stuff. And so for me, I think it's extremely important to talk to people, ask for people's opinions on different things, and get different opinions, because it's so important to reach out of your bubble and get uncomfortable to grow and learn more about things that you're interested in.